I have been going through my stuff, wondering what I can sell, trying to get a couple extra bucks. And during this, I was kind of triggered by, in a good way, by the act of getting rid of things. I was like, oh yeah, I used to do this all the time, like very minimalism, like clear house, get rid of stuff, toss this, determine, do I want to keep this? Does this define me? All that like stuff. And very much like the idea in Fight Club where the things you own end up owning you. I'm looking around, I'm like, all this stuff is owning me. I'm like literally thinking, does this stuff define me? And it's so crazy to think that's like, I think it's natural, but it's crazy. We shouldn't be thinking like, does this cut of jeans define who I am? Like, that is insane. But we're going to do it when we, look at what we want to keep. What do we wear? Stuff like that. So that's just clothes. But even like, I had a knife deck. I sold that. I mean, I'm selling backpacks. I'm selling so much stuff, as much as I can, and just getting rid of others, donating it. And I'm going through this and I'm like, well, what do I actually want to keep? And that's the question. What is it that I want? That's the bigger question. And I want more things to do with the people in my life. I want this life to be of the real world. I want it more like I have a life and I represent that life online. So this conversation is sparked by what's happening in my real life. And that's what I want to do. I don't want it the other way around. I don't want to be reading something online or seeing a video and then talking about it and being sparked by that. There is a new way that I'm thinking. And this is part of it. This is a major part of it. But I want more pictures of people in my life on the walls and nothing else. I don't need a picture of whatever these are. They're awesome, but I would rather this be a family photo or maybe a photo I took on a vacation. Stuff like that. These are all more pictures I'm selling. There's a box of things that were on the wall. And that's my Ruger. I don't need my Ruger gun anymore, the 22. I have my Glock. So I'm really thinking about narrowing down focus. Like I would love to show you when I'm all done, like it's looking clean in here and it's feeling good. The bedroom has very, very little in it as usual, but the closet needs some work. This office here, kind of narrowed it down. Like I'm still not sure what I want to do about my speaker setup while I'm working, because there's a lot of intention that is distracting me. Like when I work, I want this like command center, and I think that is really powerful to be able to have the Wacom that cuts my literal work in half easy. Like if you don't know how to use a Wacom, wow, you are missing out. It's like, think about using an iPad. Like wherever you tap is where you tap. Same with this. It's really powerful. So I'm being intentional, like, okay, here's going to be the command center. How can I live my life so that I don't use the computer as much as possible? And with my phone, I just deleted all the social media apps again. I'm cleaning up the other apps. There are ones on there like that control the lights or something like that I really just, I don't know. I don't like them on my phone, but whatever. I'm still using the iPad method where I keep all my apps on an iPad just hanging out, and like Instagram, TikTok, whatever. Those ones are just on that and not on my phone. So when I'm out and about, I can't be using it. And the idea is to be out and about. I will be talking more about that concept on the main channel in a full video, maybe the next one or the following one. I have some scheduled out, so I can't really say which one it's going to be, but I'll write it next. I'm also considering this with my diet. I want my diet to be less of like, what do I want in my head and go, oh, I want pizza, I'm going to eat pizza, to more of a choice and a little bit more of a like whole foods, or a lot more whole foods, ones that don't have an ingredient list. Like that's the key for me. It worked before. I'll bring it back. I also want to really just get rid of screens. I mean, that's kind of it. I think that's the biggest downfall to all of my life. I think back to go through backwards to all of my life. The absolute best parts are not in front of a screen or had a screen part of it. And I want to really double down on that. So more people, more life, more conversations, more outings, more walks, more fitness, more whole foods, less screens, less clutter, less things. Even though it's winter, I'm trying to be out of the house as much as possible. I'm not successful at this right now, but I'm working on it. And I think the biggest case for that is that it costs money to get out of the house. So that's why the walking is good and the gym is great. Other than that, that's kind of the thought for the night. I hope this kind of triggers something in you to maybe clean house. Start the minimalist journey again. There's been 4 or 5 years that people have kind of walked away from minimalism. And I get it. I kind of did too. I was still minimalist, but not hardcore. And I think I want to bring it back. I think it's so good. I think we lost track of why we did minimalism. And it's so fundamental for our happiness, in my opinion, to not have clutter. There's all this vintage vibes and stuff like that. Like, I don't care. Why don't you stop focusing on your house and figure out how you can do something outside of your house? Like, that's more important to me. So that's where I'm thinking. I'll end it there.